Hello, Professor. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you today?
I just have a rough week, so things are not going pretty well only, and I just have a problem to discuss with you.
I can see from reviewing your file here that you've been listed on academic probation and you've had some other concerns with faculty members recently. So I was wondering if you could elaborate on your situation.
I have been devoting a lot of time to this lab, and it really kept some attendance issues on the other classes, and it led to probation. But yeah, the problem I'm talking about is related to this lab, and I would like to discuss it with you.
Sure.
Yeah, I started working with Professor Plotner from a long time. I started working in the lab when he gave me a note that actually invited him to write a chapter in a book by an
Okay.
editor. And as you can see on the there's a handwritten note under that which says, "Take a stab at this."
Mm-hmm.
So things started beginning, and as many researchers do, they make a while documenting MS, they make drafts. So I did the same. I kept some drafts as the work progressed, and as you can see in these drafts, they are like an evolution of a chapter, and each new version of a draft is an addition to the older version of the draft. The
Okay.
addition to the older version of draft to the comments of a professor. So the Professor Ratner's handwritten marginal comments were added to every new version. And as you can see in the final version of the draft, there is written no more work. This is fine. So I halted my progress at that place.
Okay.
So
Well, I can see you've obviously done a lot of work here. What seems to be the problem that's come from this?
the problem is that recently I ran into a very close friend of mine who told me that the chapter on which I was working and who works in the main office in the department.
Mm-hmm.
So he said that chapter I was working in has been sent to the editor, but the author is only one, and that is Professor Plotner.
Mm-hmm.
So that news came as a surprise and shock to me. Like, why would he do that?
I see. Well, that is a concern. Have you had a chance to speak with Dr. Plotner about the authorship issue?
No, actually, initially I didn't talk about him on the authorship because this was my first independent project, and I wanted to do its successful execution of this one before talking about the authorship issues. But
Mhm.
yeah, now I wanted to go to him and talk about the authorships. But before that, this happened, so
Okay.
it's really.
I understand. Well, I think the best course of action would be to go ahead and make sure you've documented as extensively as possible all the work that you've done for this manuscript, including all the drafts like you've done here, and make sure to present that information to me, and that way I can take it to Dr. Plotner and I can have as much evidence as possible in order to be an advocate for your case and speak with him about this issue.
Okay, one more request. Like, I'm already having a lot of trouble with the probation issues, and I don't want to get on the negative side of the faculty.
Mm-hmm.
So please take whatever is good for both of us. Take a decision. Also, that there might be slight misunderstanding because I belong to a different culture, and in my community, I am really looking forward for an authorship from this one. And he might not be knowing that initially. So, and this authorship, this is really important for me because I have been working in a lab for 6 months, and I have to
Mhm.
put something on my resume so that I can vouch for tomorrow to other potential professors. And please help me in any way possible.
Absolutely. I think at this point it's best if you don't speak with him directly about this issue to avoid any further confrontations, and that way I can handle the issue as best I can from my point of view. So.
Oh, thank you so much. I have really heard a lot about you, like you being nice. So that's why I came to you for the help.
Well, absolutely.
Thank you so much for your time. Have
Thank
a great
you.
day. Thank you.
Thank you.